Hello, good evening. You saw the small parts, very small part of the movie, but I will tell the secret that the girl is alive, not dead. It will never die. Is this what that is like? When observed from the unfinished, desolate viaduct, the view of Istanbul presented a picture of misery, a scattered, mournful city, like the ruins left behind by a defeated army. It extended into a distance like a wounded giant, and all out of proportion deformed. No glimpses of the glamorous temples of the Paleologs, combining the form of the basilica with that of the dome, of the Ottoman mosques with their triple balconied minarets, of the cheerful messages spelled out by festive Ramadan lights strung between these minarets, of Catholic or Orthodox churches, of imperial galleys with 40 banks of oars, or of the palaces with porphyry columns which transformed the Bosphorus with their brilliance could be seen in this part of Istanbul. This was a city distorted by immigration, its tissues swollen and its joints displaced. Under a gloomy gray sky, drizzle and yellow haze blurred the outlines of jerry-built concrete block shantytowns. Green spaces saved from the axe either because they were military zones or cemeteries, and the distant skyscrapers. On this wet, unpleasant Istanbul day, the two thin figures standing on the half-built, high concrete bridge paid no attention to the city, or the drizzle, or the occasional lightning flash, or crack of thunder that livened up the dismal scene. This was any one of many unfinished bridges and roads around Istanbul, abandoned once the rapacious construction companies in league with a few ambitious bureaucrats had made sufficient profit from illegal deals and shoddy workmanship. When Meryem looked down, she saw an enormous empty space stretching away beneath her toward a rocky piece of ground. It reminded her of the precipice in her dream, which had made her inmost being shiver and prompted her to take shelter from the coastal wind. This time it was not the birds flying above, but Jamal standing silently behind her like a serpent who made her blood freeze. Early that morning, Meryem had been woken abruptly and bundled out of the house. The way they had left Jakob's house at dawn without bidding a proper farewell, the absence of Jakob himself, the expression of terror on Nazik's face, and Jamal's implacable attitude indicated that the fate she had tried for so long to ignore was about to overtake her.
When you were 22, you were imprisoned. Maybe tell us about this imprisonment, why this happened, and what occurred during this period of your life. Before you fled, went into exile for 12, 14 years.
Yeah.
What happened?
So this sounds maybe strange, but not in Prague. I mean, in some countries it sounds really strange to be in prison as a writer and a composer. But this is a really normal case, and we have a saying among writers in Turkey, the real school for the writers and poets is prison. Because almost everybody, Nazım Hikmet, Yaşar Kemal, almost everybody until the young generation, they've been imprisoned. And there was a military coup in 71, and afterward they wanted to show their power. The army arrested everybody with some false accusations and no justice at all, and they put us in jail. And of course I have some bitter memories, but this is my part of my life, and I made a lot of observations for human nature in prison. For instance, if I imagine and write a prison dormitorium with 30, 40 prisoners, political prisoners, students, writers, and some of them have been tortured. When they brought them from torture, so if I would write this, I would write in a very tragic way. I would never imagine that people are laughing to get rid of this very heavy atmosphere, you know, joking about torture. So then I learned a lot of things. I mean, the human nature try to find kind of a resistance or try to escape from the harsh reality and create something new.
But you were waiting to be tortured. It was absolutely torturous to be waiting. You weren't tortured in the end. What really happened?
All of my friends had been tortured severely. And they were telling me that, okay, shout a lot, and, you know, this and that, very detailed way to put electricity and this kind of, this very horrible details. So I was waiting to be interrogated day and night. My 8 days and nights went like this. It's kind of torture to waiting torture. And every morning, was 9 o'clock, all the office buildings and the army and everybody start to work. We were watching a military car is coming, approaching, and to the kind of a small building. And then afterwards, some people come to us with carrying the handcuffs and black for blindfold. And they have a list of few people, names. And we all prisoners are, you know, behind the iron bars. They say, they read one name. It's Hassan or Ahmed or something like this. If it's not you, it's a big relief. You are you feel very, very happy. And then you wait for the second name. And if it's not your name, you say, it's okay, one day more in my life. Then they handcuffed and blindfold your friends, and they were taken. So then you feel kind of guilt, you know. Then you are not in that position, and you are very happy when you hear their names. And they were, you know, away for a few days, and then they were getting them back half dead.
Zülfü Livaneli.